Good afternoon. Thank you again for being here for now 2 major incidents in our region. I want to start by thanking our first responders, Chief Crowley, Chief Moore, and all of the Angelenos who have stepped up for this storm, have inspired so many around the region, around the state, and around the country. Since we spoke this morning, I have spoken to Vice President Harris, who offered her support, and also, as you can see here with us today, as the governor of our great state. He's also standing by to provide assistance as needed. Joining us today as well is the chair of the County Board of Supervisors, Janice Hahn. I want to thank our partners for locking arms with us as we lead this response. Over the past few days, the city family has been working around the clock to prepare for the storm that we are just beginning to see hit Los Angeles. But some disasters we don't have the luxury to respond to in advance. But no matter what, we will be ready. Our message today remains the same: stay safe, stay informed, and stay home. The worst of the rains is potentially left to come. We will continue with our mission, and our primary mission, of course, is to protect the lives of Angelenos and their property. Second, we need to keep our city workers safe. Third, we must ensure that city services are operating as best as possible given the circumstances. The city has opened the most emergency temporary shelters for unhoused Angelenos experiencing homelessness to provide relief from extreme weather since at least 2020, and we will continue to address these issues. Right now, it is critical that Angelenos stay safe and stay home unless directed otherwise by safety officials. Avoid unnecessary travel. In the event of life-threatening emergency, Angelenos should call 911. For impacts like roadway flooding, tree limbs blocking roads, or mudslides, Angelenos should request service online or by calling 311. And I know Chief Crowley will be providing an update on that and much more in terms of the status of our efforts. Like I said earlier, our emergency departments are unparalleled, so when an unprecedented disaster or disasters hit, know that we are ready. Thank you, and let me introduce Chief Kristen Crowley, the incident commander.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kristen Crowley, the fire chief from the Los Angeles City Fire Department, and I'll be providing you a brief. As expected, we are experiencing a citywide increase in calls for service related to flooding, winds, and debris flows. Fortunately, we have had plenty of advance notice in this event, and we took the necessary forward-thinking steps, just as many of you did as well within the city. Our LA City Emergency Operations Center remains activated at a level 2 response, which means that all city departments have representatives working towards this mission around the clock in an all-city approach utilizing city departments to ensure public safety. We currently have nearly 100 personnel staffing these critical positions. In addition to all city agencies, we have representations from LAUSD, LAWA, Port of LA, and the National Weather Service here to help us make critical decisions. And as you can see behind me, we will continue to work with our local, state, and federal agencies. The teams we have here that are pre-deployed have been working throughout the day and the night to mitigate a variety of storm-related incidences in many parts of the city. And this augmented staffing will remain in place for as long as necessary. Fortunately, we have had no reports of any injuries or significant damage at this time. So here's a quick rundown of the significant LAFD storm-related emergency incidences. Earlier this morning, 2 cars were located in the flood control channel near Lincoln Heights. Our swift water rescue teams and urban search and rescue teams worked to search the vehicles and the surrounding area. No victims were found in the vehicles or any immediate area. However, during the search, one of our LAFD helicopters did spot one person in the water further down the river, outside of the city limits. Our partners from the LA County Fire Department performed a rescue on this particular individual, and our teams worked to ensure and remove that the car was removed from the wash. A number of wires down incidences have been reported throughout the city. The LAFD responds to evaluate the safety risk of each of these locations and then notifies our partners at DWP so that our emergency crews can then shut down the power if necessary and respond to make repairs as soon as possible. We have responded to a total of 2 debris flow incidences in Sherman Oaks area, which fortunately did not impact any structures. Large trees are susceptible to becoming uprooted as the ground becomes saturated, and we have had at least 1 topple over in the Westwood area so far. Tenants of an apartment building in Koreatown have reported a partial collapse of their roof, likely due to the weight of the accumulation of water. We have also received at least 15 reports of flooding in our area. Additionally, I have the following updates from our city partners. The Department of DWP are aware of power outages affected for at least 5,000 customers, and their teams are working to restore the power. The most impacted areas are in the Boyle Heights and Hollywood areas. The Department of Transportation has only 1 significant road closure to report at this time. This closure affects the Sepulveda Basin in the San Fernando Valley, specifically Burbank Boulevard between the 405 freeway and Havenhurst Avenue and Woodley Avenue between Victor Boulevard and Burbank Boulevard. The Department of Rec and Parks currently has 8 facilities operating as temporary shelters for our city's unhoused. All city parks and pools will remain closed until further notice. Our city's information system, the 311, is of course receiving an anticipated increased amount of traffic both from phone and online. There have been 170 requests for service so far today. And the Department of Public Works currently has 20 trucks responding to weather-related My LA 311 calls to flooding. So additional information. To the local media, officials' emergency public information can be found on our city's @Unified LA account, social media updates for emergency public information throughout the duration of this storm event. A list of fire stations with sandbags and sand is being updated on a regular basis at lafd.org/news. These supplies will be replenished on an ongoing basis, so far heading into one of these locations, so make sure you check online prior to going because it is a moving target in regard to the amount of sand and sandbags that we can supply. As many of you are aware, in addition to our storm, we have experienced an earthquake at 2:41 p.m. centered in the city of Ojai in the Ventura County. Our fire department did initiate our earthquake mode, which prompts all of our fire station resources to conduct a survey by land, air, and sea, in which they will look at their individual districts to identify any potential threats or infrastructure issues. As of now, we have received no reports of any significant damage. So thank you to Mayor Bass for her leadership, and thank you to all of the city departments. We're working very, very hard to ensure that we provide our services to the city. Thank you to the elected officials as well as our state and county partners for their collaboration, support, and to make sure that we continue to ensure the services to our local area in Los Angeles. And as the storm approaches this evening, we continue to encourage you to stay informed, stay home, and also stay safe. Now I'll turn it over to the Chair of LA County Board of Supervisors, Supervisor Janice Hahn.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Mayor Bass. I am Los Angeles County Supervisor Janice Hahn. I'm currently the chair of the LA County Board of Supervisors. And I know that for the last 3 days, it's been nonstop preparation between the city of Los Angeles and the county of Los Angeles. This is an all hands-on-deck approach, and I'm thankful for my partnership with Mayor Bass and the city of Los Angeles in getting the word out to all of our residents. We're also looking to continue to do this throughout the weekend. This morning, I signed our emergency declaration. for Los Angeles County. And that means that we've activated the full extent of emergency powers for life and property. And critically, it means that we're signaling to the state and the federal agencies that LA County is ready to accept any assistance that they can give. And I know we have the full support of our governor. And I wrote this before I knew you were going to be here. Yesterday, Governor Newsom issued a declaration of emergency for all the areas in Southern California that are in Hilary's path. Meanwhile, our LA County departments have already taken critical measures to protect residents. LA County Public Health has issued a warning. People should stay out of the water in our beaches for 72 hours. And I know it's human nature to want to go and see this storm, see the swells and the rain, but it is not safe to be along our coastal areas. And our LA County parks will be closed. And our LA County libraries are also going to be closed. We have also been proactively working to make sure that vulnerable communities remain safe. And I know many people are concerned about our unhoused residents. Well before this storm, LA County teams from our homeless initiative have been doing face-to-face outreach, going encampment by encampment, tent by tent, and moving individuals away from the flood control channels and onto higher ground. Our Parks Department has opened a shelter at Pamela Park in the city of Duarte, and our homeless initiative have also augmented the winter shelter system. So if you're watching this and you need somewhere to go or know someone who does, this may be an option. And in the county, call 211. I know in the city, you dial 311. But for those of you not in the city, dial 311. Another area of concern for, I think, all of us has been Catalina Island. And this afternoon, the last boat from Avalon to the mainland to Long Beach and San Pedro ports left the island. I've been in touch with Mayor Annie Marshall of Avalon, but we have spent the last 2 days vigorously encouraging residents of that island and tourists alike to leave and come to the mainland. We are concerned because there is one power plant on the island run by Southern California Edison, and if that becomes flooded, then there will be a massive power outage on that island. But most residents have decided to stay and shelter in place, but our LA County teams are there to assist them on site. We've added personnel with our LA County Sheriff's Department and our LA County Fire Department. We've sent additional staff and equipment, including a third rescue boat and additional crews for those boats on board. And our LA County lifeguards will also be on standby and ready to deploy. I'm also joined today by Sheriff Luna. He won't be speaking, but he's certainly here to answer any questions. And residents should also be aware that some transportation services will be affected. I know as the chair of the LA Metro system, Mayor Bass, and I am the vice chair with her, we have been monitoring the situation at Metro, and so far they have not suspended any of their services. However, I know one transit system in my district in Long Beach has decided to stop all their system from tonight at 6 till tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. But I know the mayor and I will continue to monitor Metro, give anybody an update on those systems. But really, we urge residents to take the message that Mayor Bass has made so clear. Stay home, stay safe, stay informed. That's what we want people to know. And in LA County, you can visit ready.lacounty.gov to keep up with what's going on in your particular area. Thank you, Mayor Bass, again for your leadership.
Well, what you see before you is an all-of-government approach from the federal, state, county, and city, and absolutely includes our school district, the Los Angeles Unified Superintendent, Alberto Cavallo.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. To the leadership represented here today and to the workforce members and the parents of children who actually are awaiting a decision regarding schools tomorrow, we are about to announce so. I want to begin by saying we make these decisions after going through a significant number of considerations. It is not an easy decision to make. We know the impact that closing of schools brings to our community. However, let's consider this. The peak of this storm will take place in the middle of the night, depriving us of our ability to inspect schools or determine access to schools to be safe. As early as 5:30, 6 a.m., we have students usually walking to school. Without the ability to inspect schools or the access to schools, we cannot determine if there are power lines down or tree limbs down, potentially bringing injury or worse to our students or workforce. We have bus drivers who report to work as early as 4:30 in the morning. That is when some of the worst conditions are expected to take place. In addition to that, we cannot safely operate our bus fleet that transports in excess of 30,000 students every single day with wind speeds at 35 miles an hour or higher. We expect speeds well in excess of 35 miles an hour, in fact, gusts reaching 70 miles per hour. And the last point, a significant percentage of our workforce does not live within the jurisdiction of Los Angeles. The ability of those workforce members, ranging from bus drivers to custodial staff to maintenance individuals to teachers themselves, may be compromised because of the impact that the storm will have in their local communities. I know some of you will wake up tomorrow morning and will say, in my neighborhood, everything is okay. Our school district covers 700 square miles. There will be impact in some areas. We cannot inspect those areas, those schools, or access to the schools. So the prudent thing to do to avoid harm, injury to any one child or workforce member of LAUSD is to call off schools for tomorrow. So tomorrow there will be no schools active across Los Angeles Unified, all before and after programming inclusive of athletic activities, as well as third-party entities that hold activities within our schools. Everything will be shut down. We've been told that independent charter schools would follow our course of action. So speaking to the parents of charter school students, those schools will likely be shut down as well. I would urge you to contact the operators of those charter schools. We expect full resumption of all educational services beginning Tuesday morning as scheduled. For tomorrow, we're asking our workforce, particularly certificated leadership at the school sites, principals and assistant principals, as well as maintenance, operation personnel, and custodial staff to report to schools around 10 o'clock in the morning. If you have difficulties leaving your house, accessing the school, contact your supervisor. It is important to determine the viability of those facilities prior to Tuesday. In addition to that, we expect and will be advising our teacher colleagues to load assignments around 10 o'clock in the morning for asynchronous learning opportunities across Los Angeles Unified. We tested our connectivity, our device empowerment, and the operability of our learning management system, Schoology, which students, parents, and teachers got really used to during the pandemic. It is operating at 100%. Materials have been loaded, resources are available. The last point, senior leadership is expected to report both to central office as well as regional offices. If you're not senior leadership and do not receive a call from your senior leader, you're asked to stay home and work from home. 80% of our kids depend on free and reduced lunch programs, which in our district, thanks to the state, we provide for free for every single student. That is why we'll be posting online and make available to the media distribution sites for grab-and-go food sometime tomorrow afternoon for the benefit of our communities. Again, we'll wake up tomorrow with some degree of criticism. We stand by our decision. There is no way we can compromise the safety of a single child or an employee, and our inability to survey buildings, our inability to determine access to schools makes it nearly impossible for us to open schools. The last point, I come from a coast where we dealt with a lot of hurricanes. I've dealt with a lot of closure of schools over the years. The trigger in most communities is if a community is under a tropical storm warning automatically schools shut down, no question. That is sufficient. Thank you very much, and now I'd like to bring up National Weather Service, Lisa Phillips.
Thank you for having me here today. I'm Lisa Phillips with the National Weather Service out of Oxnard, California. As you guys know, Hilary actually has made landfall around noon today along the northern Baja Peninsula with a maximum wind speed of 55 knots. The track has remained mostly the same. It's still tracking north-northwest, and the speed is actually faster. It's around 20 knots to the north-northwest, and it's expected to move even faster over the next day or so. The center is currently just north of the Mexico border. And with this storm, we have been advertising heavy rains, gusty winds, and thunderstorms. As you know, we have a tropical storm warning in effect. And because of the faster speeds of the motion of the storm, it means that the storm has less time to weaken by the time it gets here. It also means that the peak of the rainfall could be earlier. So right now, for the peak, we're looking at somewhere from now until 9 p.m. for the peak rainfall for LA, the LA basin. And with that, we have had 1 inch of rain approximately over the LA basin already, and we're expecting at least a couple more inches over the area. For the winds, we're also expecting significant winds with this storm. This is going to look a little bit like a Santa Ana wind event, however, it will be wet. So the winds will be north to northeast, 30 to 50 miles an hour for coasts and valleys. And it's really mostly those higher winds are going to affect the north to northeast exposed areas. So if you're in a Santa Ana wind prone area, expect to see some winds with this. We're expecting stronger winds in the mountains with wind speeds from 50 to 60 miles per hour or higher. We can also see thunderstorms with this storm system, expecting thunderstorms embedded in the rain bands. And with any storm that forms, you can see locally heavy downpours and local erratic gusty winds. And those gusty winds could be from 30 to 50 miles an hour and possibly could be damaging in some locations. So we still have that tropical storm warning in effect. We have a flash flood warning in effect for LA County, and that's to 7:45 p.m. tonight. And then we also have our flood watch is ongoing, and that goes until 10 a.m. on Monday. And looking into tonight for the forecast, we're expecting showers going into tonight and then into Monday, tapering off into the afternoon. That's all I have. Thank you so much.
President of the Los Angeles City Council, Paul Krikorian, and let me acknowledge the Chief of the Los Angeles Police Department, Michael Moore.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Once again today, Los Angeles has been tested. And once again today, so far, Los Angeles is passing that test with flying colors. We're used to responding to emergencies here. And in this emergency, our response has been effective and seamless, thanks in large measure to the extraordinary men and women of the Los Angeles Fire Department, the Los Angeles Police Department, and our Emergency Management Department. And on behalf of everyone in Los Angeles, I want to thank each and every one of them for keeping us safe throughout this emergency. But it's important to remember, too, that our other city departments are first responders when we have emergencies. And whether it's the men and women of the Department of Water and Power, or the Department of Transportation, or the various bureaus of our Department of Public Works, or our Recreation and Parks Department, throughout this city, right now as we speak, there are public employees out putting themselves at risk in order to ensure that the rest of us can stay safe. And again, we're grateful to each and every one of them for putting their lives on hold right now to keep the rest of us safe. I've been in contact this morning with all of the members of the City Council. Every one of them is monitoring the condition in their district, reaching out to neighborhoods and organizations in their district to ensure that if there are localized issues we have the resources available to respond to them. And I'm pleased to say that so far the reports that I've gotten back from all of the members is that things are holding up well so far. But as we just heard, that could change. And so to everyone at home who's watching this, please remember that as all of your city employees are putting themselves at risk to keep us safe, you need to do your part too. If you don't need to be on the road, please don't be on the road. If you see anything, whether it's a fallen tree branch or a fallen power line, please report it immediately. If it's a fallen power line, call 911. If it's a fallen tree limb or some other situation like that, you can call 311. We need to know what's happening in your neighborhood so we can help respond immediately. And I just want to say too, Los Angeles is at its best when we work together, when we look out for our neighbors, when we look out for each other as one family. And I'm so honored to be a part of this city family under Mayor Bass's leadership, which has responded so effectively today. And equally, I'm so pleased that we're joined by Supervisor Hahn, and we know that working together with the county and working together with the state of California, and we're honored to have Governor Newsom here, we can get through any emergency and any catastrophe as long as we're all working together, which we are. So thank you very much, and Mayor, thank you for your leadership.
Okay, it looks like we lost our connection, but you were listening to city and state leaders telling us, actually, let's go back. I think we have them back.
I had the intention of doing what I've done for much of the day and over the last few days, and that was to visit, to check in, to listen, to learn, and to offer the support of the state. I've had the privilege of doing that today from the border down in National City. I had the privilege of being there yesterday with the convoy, hundreds of National Guards men and women, 350 that were deployed to 11 counties throughout the region. Had the opportunity to spend time with Mayor Bass's colleagues down in San Diego and elsewhere, talking about their efforts, and moved our way up to meet with farm workers that were just worried, not about the weather, but about the fact they didn't get a day of pay because they were asked not to work out in the Marietta, Temecula area, meeting with outreach workers in Paris, California. I just had the opportunity as well to be with the sheriff in San Bernardino. I drove over here and watched 3 accidents on the freeway. Quite literally, one in front of us, by about 30 yards, a pickup truck. And so, Mr. President, I appreciate your comments about common sense. Just do your best, be safe. If you don't have an essential reason to be out there, don't. And, you know, if you're passing the CHP, which I was with, maybe you want to slow down, which was the incident that marked my consciousness here today. But it's also a marked conscious in this respect, how proud I am of all the leaders that are assembled here today. You got pros. You got folks that have reps. We were just out here how many months ago with all those rain bombs and atmospheric rivers in December, and January, and February, and March. And, you know, I think there's an old ancient curse that loosely is translated, say, may you live in interesting times. Certainly interesting times. Tornadoes, lightning strikes. I've got CAL FIRE worried about wildfires because of the winds, not just the tornadoes. Walk out of the OES, the Office of Emergency Services in San Bernardino, and check my phone and learn about an earthquake that originally came in at 6.0, appears to be closer to 5.1. There were over 13 aftershocks just in the drive over in the Ventura region. These are certainly interesting times. That was punctuated by a call just an hour or so ago from Nevada. The president, unsurprisingly, checking in, comparing and contrasting the work we're doing here and the support. I want you to know how grateful the president is, and I am, for this local support you're providing the people of Hawaii and Maui, and the 100+ personnel that we've sent over to Maui as well, complementing this extraordinary mutual aid system that is just best in class, does not exist at this scale anywhere else in the country. And I would argue around the globe, and I don't say that lightly because people travel around the world to learn about this system of mutual aid. 7,500 people the state has pre-deployed. 3,904 CHP, over 2,000 Caltrans officials. We just brought down last few hours some of our engineers from Northern California, Southern California, that will do inspections around bridges so that we can more quickly open up and recover. None of us, including the superintendent and the comments he made, are naive about the nature of where we may be this time tomorrow. You know, this is not a permanent state. And so people are going to look forward to getting back, and we have to make sure they get back, but they're safe. And so enormous amount of work that needs to be done in that respect as well. Final point. While we have 7,500 personnel situated throughout Southern California, and we put forward that emergency declaration, localism's determinative. And localism is not just local elected officials and those first responders, but it's neighbors helping neighbors, checking in on seniors, checking in on the most vulnerable, making sure those that are underserved and under-resources know what's going on and know what to expect. We're just walking into this. I left, and I'll close. I left from Palm Springs at City Hall, meeting with the mayor and others. They wanted a drop in the sky, coming from the sky. Soon as we got up to San Bernardino, they reported flooding at that same site and the most significant rainfall over a 60-minute period anytime in the history of Palm Springs. That's how quickly the system is moving. Take nothing for granted. If you think, boy, the skies are clear and I can go out on a long jog or walk, just be cautious. Wait till this time tomorrow night to consider that. And so let me, again, thank you all for your consideration, the privilege of the opportunity to share that. And again, deep gratitude, Madam Mayor, for your leadership, for staying ahead of this, for being as serious as you have been and as intentional as you've been. People expect nothing less, and we're very, very proud of the leadership here in LA County. Thank you all very much.